Here we go. Can you say hi? Hi! So you guys, so this is Alice. Look right there. This is Alice. She's kind of a hot mess today. Say our red winter cheeks and runny nose came back because 2 days ago it was 72 degrees and sunny. Today it is, hold on, let's look. Right now in the afternoon, it is 28 degrees and snowing. So all of our winter stuff, our red cheeks, rosy cheeks, runny nose have come back today. Yeah. Oh, and also she's teething. We're getting more teeth. More teeth, right? Mwah. So she is the reason that I wanted to do this video today. And she is going to actually go down for a nap right now. So I'm going to go, yeah, are you pointing? So I'm going to go put her down for a nap. And then I'll be back in a few minutes because I want to share something kind of cool that I hope will be very inspiring to you. Yeah. Can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye? Can you blow kisses? Mwah. Mwah. Okay. All right, let's go get you ready for night-night. Hey guys, it's Kelly, and I am just dropping off this video today so that I can respond to something that I saw this morning. If you have not checked out the Homestead Homemaking Challenge that is being presented by Amy from the Fuel Homestead, Tangi the Caver's Wife, and Farmer Mima, I strongly recommend that you go check out their videos. They have just been doing a wonderful job of sharing their journeys to improving their homemaking skills. And I know I, for one, have been blessed with quite a bit of encouragement and inspiration and motivation and comfort, because it is really nice to see other people sharing in a very real way the same struggles that I have all the time. So if you haven't checked that out, I strongly encourage you to go check it out. I'll link it below so you can get there pretty easily. Go check out their videos. They're awesome. So the one that I was watching this morning was Farmer Mima's video that she entitled something along the lines of, I think it was Routines, ADHD, and Tears. And Farmer Mima, you touched me so much with this video. I really admire the way that you talked about your struggles with ADHD and how frustrating it can be when, you start to feel like, why, you start to question, why is it that some of these things are so hard for me when they seem so easy for everybody else. And just the frustration that comes with having something, like ADHD, having that struggle that comes from inside of your own mind, inside of your own brain. And I wanted to hopefully just encourage you by sharing a story about Alice, who you guys just met Alice a couple minutes ago. She's adorable. She's a huge blessing to us. She's almost 2, and she does have Down syndrome. And about a year ago, somebody asked me if I could erase her extra chromosome so that she would not have Down syndrome, would I? My answer is no. I would not take away her disability. And the person who asked me that I don't think really understood, or was a little confused by that, because I think she was just thinking about all of the struggles that come with having that extra chromie. The extra struggles in terms of, Alice is amazing. She has been working for probably about 6 months just on cruising, like walking and holding the furniture. She's been working for probably close to 18 months on crawling, and she just now is beginning to do both of those things. She is the hardest working little girl I have ever met. And just looking ahead, she is going to have some struggles in her life that are really exclusive to having that extra chromosome. A lot of odds are going to be stacked against her in terms of, going to college or trade school, living independently, having a meaningful relationship, or getting married. The odds are stacked against her with those things. They're going to be more work than probably for someone who doesn't have a developmental disability. Um, also there's just the society issue of she will probably at some point in her life come into contact with some societal prejudice. People will, and I already see it in the pity smiles that we get sometimes. People see her Down syndrome before they see her. And so, yeah, those are struggles. Those are things that she's going to have to deal with. But, struggle is part of life, and it's part of what ultimately makes us really strong and able people. So I wouldn't take that away from her. I wouldn't take those opportunities to grow and to be strong away from her. Um, the Bible says in the book of Psalms, we read that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And so many people, I think, when you read that, you go, oh, yeah, okay, the good parts of me are fearfully and wonderfully made. The rest is maybe not. But that's not what the Bible means. That's not what God means when He tells us that. God means that when when it says it means I, meaning all of me, all of you is fearfully and wonderfully made. And that's, wow, that was really loud. Trying again. So that's, all of you is fearfully and wonderfully made. Not just the parts that you feel are not broken, not just the parts that society tells you are not broken or not, sometimes society will tell us that, parts of us are subpar or not good enough, but that's not what the Bible tells us. That's not what God thinks of us. He created you. And He created you fearfully and wonderfully, and that means all of you. From your hair color and eye color to your personality to your disability to Alice's extra chromosome to my anxiety to your ADHD. God created all of you, and He loves all of you. He doesn't reject those things that you feel are broken about you. He doesn't reject those parts of you. He loves those parts of you just as much as He loves all the rest of you. So the best way that I can explain why I would not erase my daughter's developmental disability is this. God created Alice, and when He did, He designed her and equipped her with everything that she will need to fulfill His purpose for her in His plan. I would not even begin to have enough pride to interfere with that. Okay? And for her, that means having an extra chromosome. Clearly, for whatever purpose He has for her and her life in His plan, that extra chromosome is necessary. It's needed. And that's the same with all of us. My child who has Asperger's, clearly he needs to be able to process information and look at the world a little bit differently in order to be able to fulfill the purpose that God has for him. And that's true with with ADHD, if you have ADHD, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have, one kidney or a heart defect, whatever that thing is about you that you is diagnosed or medicated or whatever it is, clearly that is part of what's going to make you able to fulfill the purpose that God has for you. And would you really want to delete that from you? I wouldn't. It comes with struggle, but the Bible also tells us that God refines us with fire. He uses our struggles, the big ones and the little ones, that represent, that's the fire that He uses to make us stronger, braver, smarter, more, more amazing, more shiny, right? More beautiful. And so I wouldn't want to take even those struggle parts of having the extra chromosome away from her, because those are the things that God uses. Sometimes the fire that He uses to refine us comes from outside circumstances like losing a job or moving across the country, or, I don't know, losing a loved one. But sometimes that fire comes from inside of us. It comes from the brain that will not let you pay attention. It comes from the central nervous system that requires extra sensory input. And so you're the person who's constantly, jiggling or wiggling in your chair, or the person who's making mouth noises. Sometimes it's the brain that needs the body to tick. And those are things that we have to overcome. We have to learn to overcome those things, or we have to learn to live with those things. But doing that is what refines us and makes us better and makes us more equipped to continue to fulfill the purpose that God has for us and for our lives. So instead of rejecting and being frustrated with yourself, and rejecting your ADHD or whatever that thing is about you that you don't like, instead of rejecting it out of hand and being frustrated with it, I would just encourage you that when you feel frustrated with yourself, when you feel like you have failed again, um, I want to encourage you to think about the fact that, first of all, that failure is ultimately going to be part of your success, because it's necessary. Failure is a necessary part of success. I would encourage you to have patience with you, because your Father in heaven who loves you has patience with you. So you should too. I would encourage you to kind of embrace those struggles, because that's what's making you better. That's what's making you stronger and able to pay better attention and able to get that house cleaned up and make your house into a home. Um, you know, you are, again, I feel like I've said it a million times, but maybe because I think it needs to be said a million times, you are fearfully and wonderfully made by a Father who loves you and who knows what his purpose is for you. And so he gave you everything that you need in order to fulfill that purpose. So let's all encourage each other, and let's all embrace those things about ourselves. Are you going to feel frustrated? Yes. Are you going to feel like you failed? Yes. But, you can have a little bit more patience with yourself and have a little bit more love for yourself, because those things that you struggle with, those internal struggles, are part of you, and they're a part of you that God gave you, for a reason, for his reason. I don't know what that reason is, and maybe you don't know what that reason is, but take heart and take comfort in knowing that he knows what that reason is. He knows that you're going to struggle with this. He also knows that he's not going to let you struggle with these things alone. He's always there with you. He's always there motivating you. Sometimes he's motivating you and he's helping you through those things by connecting you with people who will inspire you and motivate you, the way that I have been inspired and motivated and encouraged, by the videos that I've been watching in the Homestead Homemaking series. So I just hope that you can, instead of focusing on feeling so frustrated with yourself, have patience with yourself and remember that this isn't a part of you that's broken. It's a part of you that is also fearfully and wonderfully made, and that it's a part of you that was fearfully and wonderfully made with a love so big that you can't imagine. So take heart and keep at it. And I am going to keep at cleaning my very messy schoolroom. I have a couple hot spots in here actually that are screaming at me even now. They've been just irritating me all day. So I'm going to go take care of those. And again, friends, just take heart, have a wonderful day, and God bless.